Today I talk about classification, diagnostic studies and management of tonsillitis. In previous video I already told you all what is tonsillitis, cause of tonsillitis, pathophysiology and one type classification of tonsillitis. Now moving on the other type of classification. Bacterial causes of acute tonsillitis, group A, Streptococcus or Streptococcus pyogenes is most common bacterial cause of acute tonsillitis. Pharyngeal tonsillitis caused by group A, Streptococcus is most common referred to as a strep throat. Majority of episodes of pharyngitis are caused by viral infections are discussed. However, early recognition of group A Streptococcus is important, since failure to appropriately treat someone who has strep throat may lead to group A Streptococcus complication. Unfortunately, distinguish between viral and acute tonsillitis is different. Group A Streptococcus are beta hemolytic cooked to able to produce some exotoxin and also contain many surface antigen that play a viral role in the pathophysiology such as a EM protein. Transmission of strep throat though via saliva, nasal secretion from an uninfected person. Group A Streptococcus target the palatine tonsil. However, it also important for remember group A Streptococcus is a commensal organism as well as group A Streptococcus target the palatine tonsil. However, it is most important for remember group A Streptococcus is a common commensal organism. Clinical feature: the incubation period of strep throat 2 to 5 days, no symptom. When the symptom arise, bacterial tonsillitis, sudden onset fever, sore throat, pharyngitis and tonsillitis, which lead to enlarged and have a pain-like incidence on the soft palate. You can also potentially see the palate petechia. There also see the yellow exudate. Other features of group A Streptococcus tonsillitis include dysphagia, difficulty in swallowing and tender cervical lymphadenopathy. On physical examination, the pharynx is red and tonsils are red enlarged with purulent exudate. A throat swab can be performed. A throat swab with microscopic culture sensitivity in blood agar we also diagnose group A Streptococcus because it shows beta hemolytic cocci. Throat swab for rapid antigen detection test ADT can also be used in general, though throat swab are not very useful because remember the group A Streptococcus are commensal organism in many protein. Other investigation group A Streptococcus related to tonsillitis include full blood count, which will show neutrophilia. That's mean high neutrophil count. Now, it is important concept to remember to help differentiate viral and bacterial tonsillitis. Remember, lymphocytosis support a viral cause of acute tonsillitis, and whereas neutrophilia, that's mean high neutrophil count, support a bacterial tonsillitis. Early recognition and management is important to reduce complication associated with group A Streptococcus. Throat infection. With group A Streptococcus throat infection, the management for Streptococcus with specially penicillin and amoxicillin. This is also important to monitor for complication of the antibiotic themselves. So, when we give some antibiotic with someone who has two tonsillitis. Firstly, if a rash eruption occurs, ask yourself, it is a virus. Penicillin react with which will support a diagnosis of Epstein-Barr virus tonsillitis rather than bacterial tonsillitis, which case you have to stop the antibiotics. Second things about is where there could be a proper allergic reaction to the antibiotics, in which cases you would have stopped the antibiotics and change it potentially. Third thing is to be asked yourself, this is a complication of group A streptococcus, which is scarlet fever, and there they also get rashes. It is all over things of bacterial acute tonsillitis. I think all guys are understood. Okay? Sometimes people experienced recurrent tonsillitis. What is recurrent tonsillitis? Several attacks of acute tonsillitis a year, and there is no symptom in between attack. I think the numbers of attack is 6 in the year. Then you have chronic tonsillitis. Sometimes people suffer from chronic tonsillitis, which is when a sore throat present for at least 3 months, and it is associated with tonsillar inflammation, halitosis, that means smelly breath, and persistent tender cervical lymphadenopathy. Chronic tonsillitis may also be associated with tonsillitis, which are biofilm that form within the tonsillar crypt, which lead up the management of tonsillitis. Obviously, we have different causes of viral, bacterial tonsillitis, but sometimes the tonsil have to be removed, and that is called tonsillectomy. Now, there is a specific indication for tonsillectomy, and it is because firstly, the tonsillitis play an important role in first 6 to 12 years of life with the whole immune systems. Secondly, because there are actually a lot of complications associated with tonsillectomy due to its anatomic location. It is very important to follow the indication for removing the tonsil. Indication for tonsillectomy are include recurrent tonsillitis, that means several attacks of tonsillitis. I think it is 6 in 1 year. Then heavy chronic tonsillitis and having a peritonsillar abscess. There has also some complication in tonsillectomy. Complication of tonsillectomy, which is very important, include general anesthesia complication. The complications are dental injury and temporomandibular joint dysfunction during the procedure. It is all about recurrent and chronic. Okay, I think all guys are understood. We're gonna talk about all over management for the tonsillectomy. So let's discuss. First, we want to discuss the pharmacological management. If the tonsil consists of pain, treatment of tonsillitis consists of pain management medication and lozenges such as ibuprofen and another analgesic can help to decrease the edema and inflammation, which will reduce the pain and allow the patient to swallow liquid sooner. If the tonsillitis is caused by bacteria, the antibiotics are prescribed, with penicillin being most commonly used. Erythromycin and clarithromycin are used for patients with allergic to the penicillin. If tonsillitis is caused by bacteria with antibiotic treatment, the illness is usually cured within 1 week. If the tonsillitis is caused by virus, body will fight off the infection on its own. However, medication can be prescribed to alleviate the symptoms. When the tonsillitis is caused by virus, the length of illness depends on the viruses involved. Usually, people are almost completely removed within 1 week. On surgical management. If the tonsillitis can cause the peritonsillar abscess, needle aspiration and incision and drainage can also be performed for withdrawing the pus. And if the child has having recurrent attack when tonsils are interfering with speech, swallowing and respiration, when there is risk of developing heart disease, then surgery to remove the tonsil. That's called tonsillectomy. This is the all-over management of tonsillitis. Okay, I think all guys are understood about tonsillitis. So there is end.